On January 14, 2020, a serious collision between a train and a truck occurred in the town of Zbunchen, located in western Poland. This incident underscored the critical importance of adhering to speed limits and safety protocols at railway crossings. The accident happened when a truck driver approached a railroad crossing at excessive speed and was unable to stop in time for an oncoming train. Despite the driver's efforts to brake, the truck, carrying an excavator on its flatbed, was too heavy to come to a halt, resulting in a collision. Footage from a security camera showed that the driver's speed caused the truck's momentum to prevent a safe stop at the crossing. The collision caused the truck to spin 90 degrees upon impact. Amazingly, the truck driver walked away from the crash without any injuries, though the truck itself was severely damaged and deemed a total loss. On the train, out of 105 passengers, 4 people, including 2 train operators, sustained minor injuries. Fortunately, the injuries were not life-threatening, but the event caused considerable panic and disruption. On February 21, 2023, an unbelievably dangerous incident occurred at the Toddington Level Crossing near Littlehampton in West Sussex, England. 2 individuals on a moped ignored the flashing red lights and alarms, narrowly escaping a train speeding at 70 miles per hour. This chilling moment was captured on CCTV, showcasing the grave risks people take when they disregard safety measures. As the train approached, the moped riders swerved around the lowered barriers, designed to activate 27 seconds before the train arrives to ensure safety, and crossed the tracks recklessly just moments before the train passed. The train, operating the 14:30 service from Brighton to Southampton, was forced to perform an emergency stop as the driver witnessed the reckless act. Shaken by the near miss, the driver had to take a break to regain composure. On this stretch of railway, where trains can reach high speeds, the situation could have ended in a catastrophe. Inspector Emma Bolton of the British Transport Police described the incident as some of the most unbelievably reckless behavior at a level crossing she had ever seen in her career. Lucy Moley, route director for Sussex at Network Rail, emphasized the severity of the incident, noting that it could have easily resulted in the loss of 2 lives and left the train driver with a lifetime of trauma. In Battambang, Cambodia, a truck was recklessly captured from various camera angles, speeding toward a railway crossing. The truck driver ignored a rail worker's warning flag and rushed forward in a dangerous attempt to beat the approaching train. Despite accelerating, the truck was struck on the rear bumper by the train. This violent collision resulted in both the truck and one of the train cars overturning. The aftermath of the collision painted a chaotic picture as emergency responders and officials worked tirelessly to take control of the scene. Fluids leaked from the overturned train car, further complicating the already tense situation. Remarkably, bystanders nearby escaped unscathed, a small miracle amid the chaos. The truck driver, who recklessly rushed to beat the train, was lucky to walk away with only minor injuries. However, this impatience will now lead to legal consequences for the driver. This shocking incident stands as a powerful reminder of how dangerous impatience can be, and why strict adherence to safety rules at train crossings is non-negotiable. May 5th, 2021, marked a dramatic and unforgettable event in Richmond, Texas. Around 10:30 a.m., an 18-wheeler carrying bottled water found itself in the path of an oncoming Amtrak train at the 2nd Street Railroad crossing. The collision was nothing short of catastrophic, the sheer force of impact splitting the massive truck cleanly in half, leaving debris scattered across the scene. The accident resulted in cases of bottled water being scattered across the road and railway tracks, necessitating an extensive cleanup operation. Remarkably, no one was injured in the incident. It was reported that the truck driver and any passengers in the vehicle, as well as the passengers and crew aboard the train, escaped unharmed. On September 21st, 2022, a serious incident occurred in Aurora, Colorado, at the intersection of Exposition Avenue and Sable Boulevard, involving the derailment of an RTD light rail train. The accident was caused by the train operator's excessive speed. The train was traveling at approximately 38.8 miles per hour while approaching a sharp 90-degree curve where the speed limit was only 10 miles per hour. This led to two train cars derailing and becoming disconnected from each other. Additionally, the train struck a traffic sign and severely damaged a fence near the intersection. Following the accident, 3 individuals sustained injuries and were taken to the hospital. Fortunately, their injuries were reported to be non-life-threatening. The derailment caused major disruptions, including road closures and the replacement of train services with shuttle buses during the cleanup operations. RTD released an action plan after the incident, identifying the primary causes as the train operator's speeding and lack of attention. To enhance safety and prevent similar accidents, the RTD plan included reducing the speed limit on the approach to the curve, adding additional warning signs for operators, and reviewing oversight procedures. Furthermore, they announced plans to develop a strategy for installing an automatic braking system at this hazardous curve. The train operator involved in the 2022 accident is no longer employed by RTD. However, no information was disclosed regarding potential criminal charges against them. In the village of Wellington, Ohio, a major train derailment occurred on the morning of May 28, 2019, around 6 a.m. A CSX train, loaded with fresh produce, construction supplies, and hazardous chemicals, faced a critical issue as it approached the 43.4-mile mark near the village. The train operators noticed abnormal movements in the front car and immediately activated the emergency brakes. Despite their efforts, the train could not be stopped in time. Surveillance footage vividly captured the dramatic moment of the derailment as the brakes were forcefully applied. Sparks flew into the air. One of the white cars visible in the footage veered off the rails, setting off a chain reaction. The swift response of emergency personnel played a critical role in managing the situation. Fortunately, the hazardous materials being transported were located at the rear of the train and remained undamaged. The only significant issue was a minor fuel leak from the refrigerated cars. Remarkably, there were no injuries, but the financial damage was substantial. The official report assessed the damages at over $2.2 million. A detailed investigation later revealed that the derailment was caused by insufficient lubrication in the suspension bearing. On the morning of June 28, 2015, an unforgettable train accident occurred at Churchgate Station, one of Mumbai's busiest railway hubs. A suburban train from Pand collided with the barrier at the end of Platform 3 at around 11:20 a.m. Due to the motorman's failure to stop the train in time, the first coach climbed onto the southern concourse of the platform. The impact was so severe that the wheels of the first coach were left hanging in the air, causing significant damage to the technical equipment beneath the coach and the overhead power lines. The accident resulted in injuries to 5 people, prompting the Western Railway authorities to launch an immediate investigation. The motorman, guard, and locomotive inspector involved in the incident were suspended from their duties. Officials held the operators accountable for negligence in the mishap. While the collision disrupted suburban train services, a hydraulic buffer at the front of the train played a crucial role in preventing a larger catastrophe. On December 20th, 2022, a serious train accident occurred in Ardouille, a small town in West Flanders, Belgium. The incident took place around 4 p.m. local time when a semi-truck became stuck on the railway tracks. Upon realizing the vehicle was immobilized, the truck driver immediately contacted a service for assistance. Workers from ICO, a truck service company, arrived at the scene and managed to restart the truck, but shortly after, it broke down again, becoming stranded on the tracks. Efforts to force open the truck's hood and get it moving were in vain as time ran out. The train, unable to stop in time, collided with the truck. The impact caused the front 2 carriages of the train to derail, resulting in significant disruption. Fortunately, there were no major injuries, but this incident disrupted train services and posed a serious risk of damage and loss. What was particularly remarkable about the incident was that most of the passengers on the train escaped with only minor injuries. However, the collision caused extensive damage over a 500-meter stretch of the railway. This unfortunate event highlighted the critical importance of following the proper procedures in emergency situations. For example, the railway company had placed stickers near the crossings, advising people to contact them immediately in the event of a vehicle being stuck on the tracks. This dramatic incident occurred on May 10, 2023, in Warner Robins, Georgia, near the Robins Air Force Base. A flatbed truck carrying a silver sedan became stuck at a railroad crossing. Despite the crossing arms descending, the truck driver attempted to cross, leading to a disastrous outcome. The truck was unable to clear the crossing in time and got stuck as the arms descended, trapping the vehicle on the tracks. The driver desperately tried to maneuver the truck to escape, but to no avail. Realizing the imminent danger, the driver abandoned the vehicle just in time. The approaching Norfolk Southern train then collided with the flatbed, destroying the truck's cab and dragging the sedan along the tracks. The incident was so intense that it almost caused another vehicle, waiting right behind the flatbed, to be hit. After the crash, it was reported that a personnel from the nearby Air Force Base checked on the driver, who, according to the local police chief, had been attempting a left turn when the crossing arms trapped his vehicle. On October 16, 2021, a devastating train crash occurred in Thurville, Oklahoma. The incident took place around 7 p.m. local time, near the border between Oklahoma and Texas. The Amtrak train 822, operating daily between Fort Worth, Texas, and Oklahoma City, collided with a car hauler that had become stuck at a railroad crossing. The car hauler, loaded with several vehicles, got stuck on the tracks due to the elevated nature of the crossing, preventing the truck from moving any further. This led to an unfortunate collision. Miraculously, the truck driver and his dog, who were inside the vehicle at the time, were only shaken up, but not injured. However, the accident caused non-life-threatening injuries to 5 passengers aboard the train, who were then taken to nearby hospitals. There were a total of 110 passengers and crew members on board the train during the collision. Following the incident, Amtrak had to cancel the train's northbound service, and alternative transportation was provided for northbound passengers. The Love County Sheriff's Office responded to the scene, and the area was advised to be avoided due to the lengthy cleanup process. The site was cleared by the early hours of the following morning,